I watched my wife in another man's arms. I thought our marriage was over. Until she came after me. I didn't plan to see them. That's the lie I tell myself when the image comes back, her hair caught in the crook of his arm. The way her body folded into him like muscle memory. I was already inside the car when it happened. Engine off. Phone face down. Waiting for the noise in my head to quiet. It never did. The restaurant's glass reflected them first. A ghosted version of my wife laughing. Then the real thing. She leaned in. He kissed the place behind her ear. Not rushed. Not stolen. Practiced. I felt nothing. That scared me more than the sight. My phone vibrated. A message from her, time-stamped a minute earlier. Running late. Don't wait up. I watched him pull her closer. Watched her accept it. The world narrowed to the space between their mouths. A careful, intimate distance. The kind you don't cross unless you've crossed it before. I didn't breathe until the valet opened my door and asked if I needed help. I shook my head. Smiled. Calm is a performance I've practiced for years. I drove away without turning the radio on. At a red light, my reflection stared back, composed, controlled, intact. Inside, something shifted. Not broke. Aligned. I didn't confront her that night. She came home with the smell of another life clinging to her coat, cologne that wasn't mine. Laughter still warming her throat. She kissed my cheek. Soft. Familiar. A courtesy. How was your day? She asked. I said, long. It was true. It just started earlier than she knew. In bed, she turned her back to me. A habit she claimed was about comfort. I counted the seconds between her breaths. The way she held her phone like it was fragile. The way she smiled at nothing and blamed work. Denial is loud when it wants to be. Mine stayed quiet. It stacked details instead. A receipt for dinner for two, folded too neatly. A name she mentioned once, then never again. A calendar invite deleted but not erased from the cloud. She began protecting her phone like it was a second heart. I told myself stories to survive. That I was mistaken. That love bends, but doesn't break. That people are allowed secrets. But secrets have gravity. They pull everything else toward them. One night, she asked if I trusted her. I said yes. It wasn't a lie. Trust is what you give before you decide what to take back. 3. Rising suspense. I didn't become someone new. I became precise. I learned the shape of her routines. The gaps. The lies she reused because they worked. I memorized times, routes, excuses. I didn't check her phone when she slept. I didn't need to. Patterns are louder than messages. I pulled phone records under the guise of a billing issue. Numbers repeated. Long calls during meetings. Silence where there should have been nothing. I watched her in rooms full of people. How her eyes searched for exits. How her smile tightened when I stood too close while she typed. I ordered a background check on the name I finally found. The one she said was just a colleague. The one that appeared where it shouldn't. He was older. Divorced. No kids. A life light enough to slip into. I rehearsed conversations I would never have. I practiced calm. Rage is inefficient. Clarity is lethal. At dinner, I asked her about loyalty. Abstractly. Philosophically. She answered too quickly. Overexplained. Touched my hand like an apology in advance. I smiled. Paid the bill. Held the door. At night, I stopped reaching for her. She noticed. Absence is a mirror. I wasn't gathering proof to punish her. I was gathering it to free myself from doubt. The email arrived at 6:12 a.m. Attachments. Screenshots. A timeline. Hotel confirmations. Messages archived and restored. A picture I hadn't asked for but received anyway, her head on his chest. Eyes closed, peace on her face. I showered. Shaved. Made coffee. When she came into the kitchen, I slid the tablet across the counter without a word. She read. Her face drained in stages. Shock first. Then calculation. Then collapse. This isn't what it looks like, she said. I waited. It started after you became distant, she said. I nodded. Distance is a convenient alibi. I asked one question. The only one that mattered. Did you love him? Silence answered for her. I sipped my coffee. Burned my tongue. Welcomed the pain. She cried. Begged. Rewrote history in real time. I listened. When she finished, I told her what I'd done. The accounts separated. The lease transferred. The lawyer retained. The evidence shared, with him. With his employer. With the narrative she tried to control. Her voice broke. You ruined me. No, I said. I stopped protecting you. I stood. Put on my coat. The same one she'd come home wearing the night I saw her in his arms. She grabbed my sleeve. Desperate. Real. For weeks, she whispered, I thought you didn't care. I leaned in. Close enough for the truth to land softly. I cared enough to be exact. I walked out before she could answer. The apartment is quiet now. Not empty. Quiet. I sleep better than I thought I would. The mind rests when it stops negotiating with lies. I don't miss her. I miss who I thought I was when I believed her. Sometimes she calls. I don't answer. I don't need closure from someone who made betrayal feel like a lifestyle. What I gained wasn't revenge. It was ownership of my time, my thoughts, my silence. I watched her choose another man. Then I chose myself. And I never looked back.